I got into astrology because it was the culmination of languages. My upbringing was very religious. It was not very spiritual, although it was couched in spiritual language. My mom, if you look at my chart, you'll see that I have a very prominent first house moon, and the moon is an indicator of what kind of relationship the native had or has with his or her mom. So mom was really, really a very powerful presence in my upbringing, my shaping. One of my favorite early memories is of my mom standing at the kitchen sink, and she's looking out the window, which looked out into our backyard, which at the time had very large and old locust trees and catalpa trees. This is growing up in Louisville, Kentucky. And on a spring day, when the bluegrass is just like small wheat in the backyard, and she would stop what she was doing and she would just stand there with her hands on either side of the sink and call me over. And she'd get very quiet and rapt and say, "Look, look, the trees, even the trees are worshiping God." And that profound sense in her of what now I would call, and she would never own up to this, she would never articulate it this way, a kind of pantheism, that you're surrounded with a divine energy. Wasn't enough. It was very rigid, and it was rules-based, and if you didn't follow the rules, then you were outside of the safety net of that amazing, otherwise inclusive love. And growing up as an artist and a photographer, I have Neptune high up there in my house near the midheaven, and so Neptune rules photography, and that's a lifetime love of mine. Always attempting to bridge the gap through imagery where words would fail. And so after discovering the writings of Carl Jung, and after understanding Taoism and studying Chinese martial arts, all these different influences finally came together for me when I understood that there is a language called astrology that attempts to make sense out of all of the confluence of these energies. We consider how the moon has a profound physical effect on the tides and on growing seasons, and sunspot activity, and Mercury, when it goes retrograde, plays havoc with our communications. Why is it so far-fetched to think that when Mars goes retrograde, your energy seems to be lower for a period of time? And so, astrology, as I discovered it and practiced it and saw the patterns and how they play out in my life and in my family's life and in other people's lives that I care for and have done readings for, became something that I very much wanted to share. And after I started sharing it with other people and seeing their reactions and how it was helping them, it became just a natural thing to do, to start One Solo Twin.